Howdy. Mr. Cloudy, welcome back to the channel. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't checking my last video, make sure you go check out my last video. And if you like and love your time here today, leave a like for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe. I feel like I just said that twice. Point is, you know what I'm saying? Today, we got a video from the Cosmic Wonder. Tom Holland's new Spider-Man Marvel contract for Avengers Doomsday. We all know that we didn't see Tom in one of them seats when they were revealing the cast, so I guess they giving him a new contract for something else.
A lot, especially about him making his return, which is super exciting.
He's gone on that exploration, and he still came back to do more.
That was a tough secret to sit on, because I have a reputation for ruining things, and I strategically have done no press.
You're a little loose-lipped around MCU secrets.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Cosmic Wonder. We've been hearing a ton of news about Spider-Man 4 recently, including Tom Holland working out a new contract with Marvel Studios. We've heard some reports that perhaps Spider-Man won't be in Avengers Doomsday, but it seems like that is not the case at all. Instead, it actually comes down to the contract that Tom Holland is negotiating with Marvel Studios right now for Spider-Man 4, a movie in which the script for it has changed a lot. What was once supposed to be a pretty grounded and street-level film, picking up right after Spider-Man No Way Home left off, with Peter Parker in a crummy apartment studying to go to college, and thanks to Doctor Strange's spell, nobody would know who Peter Parker is. They would still remember Spider-Man, but not Peter Parker. And executive Amy Pascal, even not too long ago, said that Peter Parker would be basically putting Peter Parker aside and focusing primarily on being Spider-Man. There were talks of Daredevil possibly being in the film, and Kingpin possibly being the main villain, which does seem to check out because right now...
I got a question, bro. Last night, I just watched that Captain America Brave New World, right? And I watched it all the way to the end. I hope y'all be watching the post-credit end scenes, the little post-credit scenes, but I hope y'all finish the whole entire movie, bro. But he was told to make make a new Avengers team, but it was during the time frame when after Thanos did the snap and that 5 years of like somewhat peace was going on, that's when that movie took place. You know what I'm saying? But they also, the president in that movie is the war general in one of our favorite Hulk movies, bro. So in Avengers Doomsday, is it going to be taken, like, is the story going to keep going from that part? Well, nah, it's not, because we already had Avengers. We already had the end game. You know what I'm saying? We already had the end game. But how are they going to connect that plot? Because they saying we getting Savage Hulk back, and the Savage Hulk they trying to say is from that time, bro. Bro. After watching that movie, it just made me have more questions, bro. Because then I'm like, I know Spider-Man is probably not going to be a part of this new Avengers, but what if during this 5-year, you know what I'm saying, gap, this is where Miles Morales end up becoming a Spider-Man. And then when Peter come back, he realizes that there's another Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I seen that movie, bro, I had so many questions.
Now in Daredevil Born Again, Kingpin has become the mayor of New York City, and he now has an anti-vigilante task force. So Kingpin being the main villain of Spider-Man 4 would have made sense. Daredevil showing up would have also made sense. However, as you all might know, the original script for Spider-Man 4 and the original plans have drastically changed. Now, well, it's going to be a lot bigger, especially since it's coming after Avengers Doomsday. And the other day we covered a report that said Spider-Man might not actually be in Avengers Doomsday. That's why they didn't have a chair for him during the big Avengers Doomsday casting announcement that Marvel Studios put out in that massive live stream. And thank you to everybody who showed up for my live stream. It was one of the biggest we've ever had. And now it sounds like the change in the script isn't the only thing that's changing for Spider-Man / Tom Holland. It looks like his contract with Marvel Studios and Sony could be changing as well. In fact, we're hearing that that's why he didn't have a chair with his name on it for Avengers Doomsday, because he is still working out his contract with Marvel and Sony. And what's really interesting about this is that very recently...
So basically what he's saying is there's a potential chance that he still is going to be in the movie. It's just his chair wasn't there because he was trying to figure out a whole different contract, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to figure some things out, you know? So he still might actually be in the movie. We just didn't see his chair. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just say that, bro. He's still in the movie. We just didn't see his chair. But I do want to know what is in this contract, bro. What does this mean? Is Spider-Man gonna be able to pop up in more movies and TV shows in his contract now? Because I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not pretty sure, but I'm thinking he might be like, bro, Spider-Man should be in a lot of these other projects because those are his main villains. You know what I'm saying? Or those are villains he's actually ran into. You know, so he should be in the movies. Hopefully, Tom Holland is doing something like that. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, he not doing a contract where he's like, bro, I need to stunt double. I'm getting old, bro. I ain't trying to do all the jumping around and all that shit, bro. Hope it ain't something like that.
Holland has stated that he now has more power when it comes to negotiating contracts, and that does include a new contract with Marvel Studios. He said this in an interview on the Rich Roll podcast. When I signed my first contract for the first Spider-Man, I signed a 6-picture deal. I was 18 years old. I was more excited than I'd ever been about anything ever. And for the last 10 years, I've been at the beck and call of Marvel and Sony, and proudly so. It's been the best experience of my life. I'm now at a juncture where I can say no. And now that I've been afforded the power, I am struggling to figure out what is the right thing to do. It's meant I've had to put my foot down in certain instances, which I haven't been allowed to do in the past. And I think the learning curve that I'm on right now is dealing with that new sense of power, making sure that I don't abuse it, but also making sure that I do the best thing for me rather than for the studio, and really the best thing for the character. I don't want to.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You know, there's a lot of people who get that power, but like, you know, I don't like him. Take him out the movie. I don't like him either. I'm not trying to fight with bro. Make sure he's wearing a mask at all times or he cannot be in this. You know what I'm saying? People get power, they start doing stuff like that. But I'm glad Tom Holland is like, bro, I got all this power. I can really make things change. I can make the audience happy with my power, like with my decisions, what I say no to. I can make the audience hella happy. You know,
movie for the sake of making it. Then he said, the studio wants me to make another Spider-Man, and I want to make another one. I want to make many more, but I want to do it for the right reasons. I am navigating and figuring out what having that kind of power means and that responsibility. And
Spider-Man 5, 6, 7 might be coming.
Speaking to people and asking questions. I've been speaking to Robert Downey Jr. a lot, especially about him making his return.
With Verizon,
that's really his mentor, bro.
Which is super exciting. That was a tough secret to sit on because I have a reputation for ruining things, and I strategically have done no press. Now, in this interview, he does go on to say that he's basically signed up for the next Spider-Man film, and him and Zendaya got the script for it. Now, this was a while ago, but I'm sure some of this script is still the same, especially since he knew about Robert Downey Jr.'s return.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm thinking in the CinemaCon. If y'all watched that video that I did on the CinemaCon, that's what I'm thinking in the CinemaCon, bro. We might get a trailer if it passed. I don't think it passed. It's coming up, right? April 3rd or something like that. Point is, bro, I'm thinking they still gonna give us a trailer to Spider-Man 4, bro. They might give us a small trailer because they already, like I said, bro, they already have the script. They already have some things planned out. And some things obviously is going to change, but there is going to be some things that will stay the same that they can possibly make a trailer out of. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping during the CinemaCon they do show Spider-Man 4 or at least a little bit of it. You know what I mean? I'm thinking that's exactly what's going to happen because Avengers Doomsday and Spider-Man 4 are allegedly going to be filming at the same time. And I don't remember the exact date, but what if they film enough before the CinemaCon come out to where they can give us those trailers, bro? That would be beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That would be magic. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That'll be Disney magic,
probably included things about Doom inside of it. Because now that Spider-Man 4 is taking place after Avengers Doomsday, that pretty much means whatever happens at the end of Doomsday is going to directly affect Spider-Man 4. And that is pretty much the reason why Spider-Man 4 is going to be a huge movie now. But despite recent reports that Tom Holland is not going to appear in Avengers Doomsday because of Spider-Man 4, it would seem that he is going to appear in Spider-Man 4. And the reason they didn't give him a chair is because they are still currently negotiating the deal for Tom Holland in Avengers Doomsday. According to the insider Daniel RBK, he says that he has confirmed Tom Holland is in talks for Doomsday. There's just no deal.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna be. Yet. It don't make sense. Obviously, it don't make sense for Spider-Man 4 to come out after Avengers Doomsday, and Peter Parker is supposedly supposed to be with Dr. Doom as some. You know what I mean? Like they gotta show us a little bit of Spider-Man and Dr. Doom being together, or them running something like that in Avengers Doomsday before Spider-Man 4 start, bro. Because it ain't gonna make sense, bro. They got
Studios
to somehow, some
would
way.
want Tom Holland in the film. We already have seen that this film is set to be a massive movie. We have so many actors announced already that are going to be returning to reprise their roles, including many of the former X-Men. And right after Marvel Studios announced the Avengers Doomsday cast and that Avengers Doomsday was in production, Robert Downey Jr. hinted on Instagram that there was more to come, and Marvel Studios hinted at that as well, and basically confirmed it. Plus, not to mention the Hollywood Reporter, just an hour after the announcement for the cast, they stated that a source at Marvel told them that there are more casting announcements coming. CinemaCon starts in a few days, and we have D23, we have San Diego Comic-Con. Marvel Studios is clearly saving a lot more to announce later on down the road. And to not have Tom Holland's Spider-Man in an Avengers movie just doesn't really make sense, especially if you consider his past. He's been involved in pretty much every Avengers project that we got recently, starting with Civil War. That was basically an Avengers movie. Then, of course, he played a major role in Avengers Infinity War, and he had a pretty decent-sized role in Avengers Endgame. And since Tom Holland said that he knew Robert Downey Jr.'s secret, that obviously means that he spoke to Robert Downey Jr., and I'm sure they talked about what they can do with Doom and...
This is actually a good thing, bro. I just thought about something. Y'all know how, I'm not sure if all of y'all know, but I've heard from the grapevine, you know what I'm saying, that RDJ is pretty much writing Dr. Doom's story for Avengers Doomsday. Like, he's really, like, knee-deep into the writing part of it, you know what I mean? If Tom Holland does have the power he has now in his contracts, and he's been talking to RDJ about him coming back as Dr. Doom, etc., etc., there's a possibility that RDJ is making a story to where him and is making a story for him and Spider-Man, for him and Tom Holland. Like, you know what I mean? It's a possibility they cooking something up for them together. There's a possibility that there's gonna be like a whole half, because remember, this movie's gonna be 2+ hours long, bro. There's a lot of time, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking there's gonna be a big half of the movie, whether it's in the middle or at the end. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be at the end because it's gonna lead into Spider-Man 4. To where RDJ's Dr. Doom and Tom Holland's Peter Parker are going to link up, you know what I'm saying, and go crazy. It starts sliding.
And especially because Doom looks like his old mentor, Tony Stark. That right there is a huge story to be told, and there's just no way that Marvel Studios isn't going to explore that, and I can't see them waiting until Avengers Secret Wars to jump into that story. Because also, according to insider Alex Perez, Spider-Man is indeed going to be in the film. He's going to not want to be involved in the events that are taking place, but he is forced into it. So right now we have 2 insiders stating that he is in the movie, or at least working out a new contract to be in the movie, and one stating that he's not because he is supposedly going to be too wrapped up filming Spider-Man 4 because the events of Spider-Man 4 might take place at the same time of Avengers Doomsday. So we'll see what happens, but again, Tom Holland has talked about his contract with Marvel Studios, so clearly he was about to go into a new negotiation with the contract. So the news from Daniel RPK that he's working on a new contract, a new deal, does line up with what Tom Holland has said. And you know Robert Downey Jr. is going to want Tom Holland to be in Avengers Doomsday. And Spider-Man is one of the biggest faces of the MCU right now. I would be surprised if he wasn't in Avengers Doomsday. You shouldn't have an Avengers movie without Spider-Man. And Tom Holland has said that he wants to return as Spider-Man, but he wants to do it for the right reasons. Well, 2 new Avengers movies and Spider-Man 4, I would say are the right reasons. And when he's talking about the story, well, I would say having somebody return as the big bad of the MCU who looks exactly like Tony Stark, that's a pretty interesting story to return to. Plus, not to mention everything that happened, because he knows going to be pulling on Peter's heartstrings, probably going to play a decent sized part in what's to come in the multiverse saga, including people still not knowing who Peter Parker is. There's a big unfinished story there, and you know Tom Holland wants to finish it. So right now, rightfully so, Tom Holland is renegotiating his contract with Marvel Studios to basically just...
You know what I think the story should be? You know what I think the story should be, bro? This would be hard. I ain't gonna lie, this would be hard, bro. Y'all can't say this ain't gonna be hard. Bro, Peter, when he get, his heartstrings pulled by seeing Dr. Doom looking exactly like, Iron Man's, the person who should bring him back should be Miles Morales, bro. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Because, Miles Morales got to come in the story at some point, bro. And I'm not going to lie. I am a little biased. I do want a black Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Doom should be, like, the biggest villain in Spider-Man 4. But he should be the one pulling the strings. Like, we should only get, probably like a scene or 2 of Dr. Doom so we know, like, oh, he's the one actually running shit. You know what I'm saying? He's the reason why all these enemies keep popping up where Spider-Man is at. He's pulling them over here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, Dr. Doom trying to test him or something, or I don't know what the case is. I feel like it shouldn't just end in Doomsday, and then in Spider-Man 4, he's not really in it. Like, I don't know. I feel like Dr. Doom is going to be in Spider-Man 4 in some way, type of form. He's going to be the reason why all types of stuff happened to Peter in Spider-Man 4, you know, and Miles Morales and probably some other friends are going to be the ones who pull him back and be like, bro, we got you. And then Secret Wars is going to be when Dr. Doom like, you know what, I'm going to get the X-Men on y'all motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Since y'all want to play, I'm going to get the X-Men on y'all niggas. And then that's how the secret, bro, I just told them the story, bro. They better give me my credit, bro.